Yo, welcome back to the best show in Atlanta. I'm your host, Nigel. Listen, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to the best show in Atlanta. Also, if you can, go on the website at unspokenatlanta.com and get your merch, man. We got different colorways on the hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts, all type of stuff on there, man. So if you can support, man, go to unspokenatlanta.com, check out the Unspoken Atlanta collection, and get your merch today. Enjoy the show.
I think that we should not depend on people to eat.
Yeah.
You need to be your own person. You need to find your purpose, what it is that you can do outside of the industry that can really, when you don't have something, when you lose something, or when things are getting scarce, that's when you start to realize what your talents are and what you can really do,
Yeah.
Something will come to surface that you're really supposed to be doing anyway.
Hey, Nigel. Did too hard, bruh.
Super honored, man. Shout out Nigel. Shout out everybody here. Shout out Unspoken. We in the A.
Shout out to my boy Jeter. That's what we drinking on, Jeter Readers. Make sure y'all get y'all some Jeter Reader, man. Hit my boy up. For real. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Unspoken Atlanta podcast. I'm your host, Nigel Armani. And today I have another special guest today. My beautiful mother is here today. This is, I can't remember what episode. It's 26 or 27. 27, I think. 27th episode of the Unspoken Atlanta podcast. So, yeah, welcome, Mama. How you doing? Why are you talking so low?
I'm wonderful. I'm good.
Pretty good. All right, yeah. So I want to do something like I've been saying on the other pods, I've been trying to do something different. So we're doing one-on-one podcast. I did one-on-one with my grandmother, which is going to probably be our first episode to come out when I start back. And then today I got my mom, which is going to be the second episode. Both of them are going to be, we're going to do 2 parts. So we're gonna do some in here, and then I'm gonna do another one probably at your house at some point. I don't know when we're gonna be able to do this because your schedule is busy at the moment. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this conversation. It's dope. To have first of all, to even have my mama on the pod for one. She has been watching me as I started this whole, I don't know what you want to call it, podcast journey, production journey. We on year 6 right now of me doing it. And so just to see me, grow it and be able to see, the different trials and tribulations that I've been through with starting one of my businesses. So yeah, I appreciate you for supporting and for being on my pod. I appreciate that one.
Anytime.
Yeah. So how you feeling? How your day going?
My day
Temperature check.
My day is going well.
What you doing? You? Talk to me. What you got?
Doing a little shopping here and there,
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loving
to decorate and set up stuff.
Yeah. People who don't know, me and Mom, we both work in the film industry. My mom is on the production right now, so she working a lot of hours. So, I guess we could just start talking about this year, how this year been as far as like you working and, I guess, adjusting to the downtime that we're on right now.
It's been a slow year, film industry in Atlanta. Yeah. But I've been praying that it comes back. Give us 7 more years, Lord. 7 more years.
Yeah. It's gonna be all right. We definitely gonna get through it. Yeah, for people who don't know, people who is familiar with the film industry, we done been through a few things. Everybody went through the strike. I mean, not strike, the pandemic. Then we had like a good year working after that.
The writer's strike.
Then we had a writer's strike.
Yeah.
And then we was working again, and then now it's just been kind of like just super slow. Like a lot of productions haven't been coming to the Atlanta area to shoot. Yeah. So
we hoping to come back.
Yeah, we hoping to come back. I'm praying to come back. But in times like this, it's tough with people who work in film industry because it's like when you're working, you're not. And so it takes a toll on people because it's kind of hard to kind of adjust to it, to stopping and going, to having to apply for jobs, then not having to apply for a job, then quit. If somebody call you sometimes, so it's kind of like that adjustment period be kind of tough for a lot of people.
But I think it's a lesson in the storm.
Yeah.
I think that we should not depend on people to eat.
Yeah.
You need to be your own person. You need to find your purpose, what it is that you can do outside of the industry that can really, you know, when you don't have something, when you lose something, or when things are getting scarce, that's when you start to realize what your talents are and what you can really do, you know.
Yeah.
Something will come to surface that you're really supposed to be doing anyway.
I think it's tricky, man, because you work so hard within the profession so that you won't be in these type of situations, but you have to be in these type of situations because of the type of work that we're in. Meaning, like, most people want to be able to, like, grow within their business, within their 9 to 5 at some point. You know, with us, it's like it's kind of hard to. It's not hard to do that, but it's hard to do it when you can't work every day. When it's a lot of stopping and going.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like one of the things that I had to adjust with being in the film industry. That
And we need about 3 to 5 streams of income anyway.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna make it. You're not gonna make it on an 8-hour gig. I don't care
for
what
sure.
you do.
But what I was trying to say was, and I agree with you with the time it take to be. How much time? It's like 60, 70. How many hours you work this week?
Probably about 78.
About 78 hours a week. Like, so for you to be on a show that long, you gotta be. I'm been hoping to be able to move it within my department, but with the stopping and going and the fact that it's so unpredictable, that's been like one of the things that I feel like is really hard as far as like growing. Not being able to work when you're working, but when you're not, you got to be able, like she said, you got to be able to find other streams of income. That's one of the lessons I learned. You got to have.
Even when you're working the 70, 80 hours, you still need to have another stream of income, 2 other streams of income.
Yeah.
You know?
That's easier. I feel like it's easier said than done because of the hours you work.
Well, you know, you can be sleeping your money making money for you.
No,
you know
for sure.
what I'm saying? But it just, you got to know how to delegate, and you got to find something that's working for you outside of the job.
Yeah.
Or I'm reading Will Packer's book right now. Well, I'm listening to it on Audible. And he was like, stay in your lane, right?
Mm.
So you stay in your lane, but you make your lane wider. You add other things to your lane without deviating from what you're really actually doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he has a lot of great points in that book. It's very inspirational. You know? It's
We'll find it.
I can't even
put it at the bottom
even
of the
really
screen.
put it down. Like every 10, 15 minutes, I'm turning it back on. I'm driving somebody from base to set, and I put it back on when they get out of the car, you know, out of the van. But we're going to post the name of that book.
Yeah, we're going to do that. I'll put it at the bottom.
Come on. I need y'all to Google it. Look it up for me.
Oh, yeah. One of them will look it up for us.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's one of the lessons. Just having more of an entrepreneurship spirit. You have to in our industry.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, use your imagination. Yeah.
And your gifts.
For sure.
Your gifts
I think,
will make room for you.
Instance, this is an example of I think using one of my gifts. Like I kind of was doing a passion project. It started from a passion project to finding ways that I can kind of make money from it while I'm not on a movie set. So this is an example, you know, doing the pod and stuff, producing for other people. I don't know what to say, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Some of the other things I want to talk about, honestly, too, Ma. We do talk about business, entrepreneurship on this pod. We talk about a lot of things going on in Atlanta or have went down in Atlanta that people don't really talk about. One of the things is you started Well, you are the first person to start a kickball league in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sweet Lady Kickers opening day. I'm Kassandra, the founder. I'm so proud of all the ladies. We have 12 awesome teams and 240 women plus. Didn't stop at 240. We kept going, but I'm so proud of all the ladies that came out and joined our league. This is our opening day. We want you to enjoy yourselves. We want you to come out next year and sign up with the Sweet Lady Kickers. Also, we're having our first summer league, which starts in August, and it goes through to the 1st of October. Thank you so much, and I love you guys. Come out and become a Sweet Lady Kicker. 2011.
2011. So that's what 15. That's almost a little bit over 15 years. Doesn't sound like. Yeah, so I wanted to get. I did honestly. I think episode 2 or 3. I gave you an entrepreneurship highlight. I did some video stuff from some highlights. I'm gonna do the same thing now, but talk about that. Talk about why you wanted to start your first start a kickball league, and just your early thoughts on it.
Well, I started the league in 2011, and I just wanted to be active. I wanted to do something after church besides go shopping and go eating. Something that was going to help me to have a healthier lifestyle. So I just text like 20 people of my friends because I was a hairstylist for 30 years. And I also drove a school bus. And I also went to school for interior design for 18 months.
Well, we getting it out of that at some point. But
I just wanted to have a life on a Sunday.
Yeah.
All my other days was taken up working. I work Monday through Saturday. So I wanted to have a life after church. So I text 20 people that were my clients, my hair clients, friends from high school, and some of my friends that had met like throughout my life. 80 people showed up. And
on the first game day.
No, at my mom's house, the meeting.
Oh, for the meeting.
Text was asking them if they were interested to come to my mom's house, which is the house she's been living in since 1976.
Yeah.
75, I'm sorry. But anyway, so they came by because everybody knows where she lived, and 80 people came, and then we divided ourselves into 4 teams. That's how we kind of came up with 20 people per team, because that's really not the thing to do. A lot of people, as we got into our years of kickball, people wanted 12, but I wanted more people for safety reasons, as far as people have lives, and you may have 2, and they go on vacation, and they have events to attend, so you would eventually have less than 20 people on a given Sunday because people have lives. It wouldn't hold them to the carpet that they had to be there, because we wouldn't be able to play if we don't have enough people. So if several people just didn't show up, you still have enough for the game to go forward.
So your first year, how many teams you have year one?
Year one, I had 4 teams. I pulled my coaches from people that I knew. I did an independent film, and I was the set decorator for this one guy, Jerron DeValier, and he ended up being one of my coaches. Enrico was a good friend from a friend, and he was a coach. And then my cousin and one of his best friends, Demetrius Kendricks, and one of his best friends, John Floyd, was a coach for the other team. And I'm trying to think. Jonathan, my cousin Jonathan Kilpatrick, the coach for the Decatur Dolls. Yep.
So after your first, so let's talk about. I guess we talk about year one. You had 4 teams on there, 20 people per team.
Yeah.
How many games you had first season?
First season, I think we had maybe 16 teams. No. I'm sorry. I think we had 8 games.
So what was your vision? What did you want to see after your first year that kind of gave you confidence to add more teams on the following year?
Everybody enjoyed it. It was a struggle because a lot of people don't want to pay money for something that they can't actually visualize taking place or ending or whatever. But it was a struggle. Everybody was excited. Everybody wanted to play. We were all adults. I started the league when I was 47. think I was 47. I started.
Mm.
So I just wanted to do it again, but add more people and add more team names. And that's what I did. So I kind of created the names of the teams. I created the color scheme for each team. We ordered socks. 2012 was kind of like my breakout, like when I really could put my little flavor to it. Because 2011 was really like a trial.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, how much was the package?
Oh, the first year I thought we were going to do $5 a week. That didn't happen. Some people just didn't even pay. Some people paid, some people didn't.
No.
But they bought their own shirts. So
You didn't start doing like jerseys with names on the back to what, like year 2 or 3?
oh no, we did. We had names on the back.
Yeah.
Of the first set. I learned how to order the shirts, where to order the shirts from, because I think we just did something local, and as far as the shirts, so they weren't a good fit. So the second year we did something different, and it just kept escalating every year. I got better and better with the jerseys. We were the first ones to do the sublimated jerseys, where they dye everything into the fabric. And we were the first. So I did a lot of research to find a place. And it wasn't even in Atlanta. It was in another state.
And then year 2, you ended up you went from 8 to how many teams? 4 teams to how many teams?
First year was 4 teams. Second year was 8 teams. The next year was 12. And then the next year was 16. To the point we had like 16 plus 3. We had 19 teams one year. Because one year we did 3 competitive teams because everybody started to grow, you know what I'm saying, and pick up, you know, and they didn't want to play with the beginners anymore. They wanted to kind of like let loose or whatever. So we had 3 competitive teams, and we had another. I collaborated with another young lady that had I think she brought 6 teams, and I had 3. And then we did a competitive games, and then we had our moderate games.
I want to talk about the atmosphere at Gresham Park. If you could describe the atmosphere, you was always at Gresham Park, and then you started to go to other spots. But for the most part,
we love Gresham Park. Was our home.
Yeah.
That's my home field. That's the park I grew up going to watch softball. My little brother played football at Gresham, so great Decatur.
Well, but yeah,
but the atmosphere was great. When we first came, everybody was looking at us crazy, like, what is going on? The baseball fields, the people that were there to see games, they were like, who are these people? Where are they coming from? But a guy named Rob gave us the go-ahead to, rest in peace, Rob, gave us the go-ahead to come there and play.
Rob must have been over Gresham Park at that time.
At the time, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, our first season. And second season, he told us everything to do, how to go through Parks and Recreation and get liability insurance. And we got our referees from Dennis Crump, which was year 1. But then he turned it into a business as far as being referees for kickball.
Well, what I was gonna say? Well, how did you start feeling when you started seeing other teams? I mean, other people starting to create leagues. Don't sugarcoat it. Keep it on.
It was kind of hurtful.
Okay.
But
why hurtful though?
Because it came out of my league. I think it was like the 2012, 2013. There were 2 leagues to come out of my league.
People that was in your league originally and then started their own league.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was kind of hurtful, you know, but then, you know, it was like a sense of flattery.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
because everything must go and grow. You know what I'm saying? Grow and go, I guess.
I mean, for people to leave and create their own leagues, it's something they like about it. You know what I'm saying? That they saw. So I mean, it's really how you look at it.
Yeah, it was like at the moment, you know what I'm saying? It was hurtful, but you know, I got over it, and we continue on. We didn't let anything hold us back.
No, I'm thinking about is it a way you could have prevented that from happening as far
No,
as
no, 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 no. I'm not
like a
stopping anybody's growth. You
no,
know what I'm
I'm saying
saying?
like a like well I guess you can't because I'm thinking like the NBA got a league, but then you got like the big three,
Yeah.
and I know
Yeah.
like they don't like
And then everybody want to put their own twist
to what they
on, what they think a
mm,
women's kickball league should be like, which is fine.
yeah.
I'm a hairstylist. I was a hairstylist, but it's enough hair to go around for so many people to be able to still eat. So,
Um, well, we can before I start going to like family stuff. What I mean, you can explain your reason for stopping. I mean, obviously, I think it's. I mean, I know the answer, but you can tell everybody your reason for stopping, and then also what's your overlook on how kickball is today.
well, I just kind of like once I did my 10-year anniversary, which we had to postpone it for 2 years because of COVID, because 2020 actually would have been my 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Um, but a lot came out of kickball, like a lot of friendships, um, a lot of um, best friends, marriages, all kind of stuff came out of it. And some people are still like best friends today. So I was totally satisfied with the outcome of what our league represented. Sweet Lady Kickers is like as iconic,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the blueprint for a lot of leagues, and it also encouraged people to get out and move, exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we I introduced Jamie Hayes, which is now a great personal trainer. He trained a lot of women in my league. He was the trainer for Sweet Lady Kickers. Now he's a police officer for DeKalb County, and he has his own security company. Um, it's just so many good things came out of Sweet Lady Kickers.
What are some of the things that you felt like you had to go through as far as like building this particular business? Um, for people who may be interested in starting their own league, whether it's kickball or something else. But if you have any advice or
Um,
things or tips for people as far as like starting it out,
I would say make sure your leadership is strong, fair. Um, and I mean, reading some leadership books would not hurt, but whatever happens at the head, it falls down on the body. So, whatever type of person you are as a leader and fairness, you know what I'm saying, it's going to fall down on your league. It's either going to illuminate your league or it's going to stain your league.
mm.
So,
Leadership one.
leadership, prayer, you need lots of prayer because you have to make wise decisions concerning people. Um, and you got to build yourself up to continue to go on to show up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so you need lots of prayer. Kickball today is so many different leagues in different states, different cities, um, and people just really want the game for exercise, for fellowship. It's a very positive game. I think the kids should play kickball in high school, like we did in elementary school. It should be a game in high school. It should be right along with your baseball and your football. They should have teams, and your volleyball should have kickball teams.
Yeah, well, I ain't never really seen nobody really throw kickball events like that until you started doing them. Yeah, so you the first one I kind of seen somebody really do that. So even like now, like we were saying, I went to a kickball league. Yes, not a kickball league, a field day. So now people starting to have those like as 1 day events. Let's all go play kickball. So just to be able to see that, and I'm proud of you, mom, from seeing other people do it as well. I know it ain't easy. I know having 18 teams and being able to regulate it and get the coaches together.
Yeah, I had great coaches.
Yeah.
Great coaches that I had to, everywhere I would go, I would ask somebody. Like if I went to O'Reilly's auto parts store, I'd be like, would you like to be a coach? Or if they came over to fix a hot water heater.
Mm.
Rest in peace, Coach Luke.
Mm-hmm.
He was our air conditioning hot water heater guy.
Yeah.
He got so much business from the league. But he came to fix my hot water heater one day, and I asked him to coach. I mean, my coaches were dope.
What made you do the male coaches instead of like female coaches?
I started out with male. I eventually I had female coaches like in my summer leagues, and then probably in my last 2 years I had female coaches. No problem with that. But just to have women step up and be like, "Hey, I want to coach," no problem. But
Just-
women coaching women is kind of like
It's a lot. You need some
It's
the men bring the structure a little bit.
right. But the women, they brought some power now. Shout out to my women coaches.
Mm.
I met some very nice people. I would do it all over again. Do it all over again.
We can back up. I know we skipped some stuff. I know we went straight into the business aspect of it. But before we even get to like me and Nautica, how is it? Start your own business while raising kids?
But actually, I was self-employed hairstylist.
Yeah, go ahead.
From like 20 years old. And I did hair for 30 years. Just have to plan your money. I'm truly big on budget and writing everything down, not guessing like, oh, what you gonna pay today? You're supposed to know that a month in advance. What's going down this week? What's going down next week? Whatever. So I'm big on budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
And then being self-employed, you don't have any benefits. So that's what made me get another stream of income by driving a school bus. Work 5 hours and get full benefits. It worked for me. No weekends. I could still do hair. No holidays. Didn't have to trade off with anybody to be off work. Spring break, Christmas break, summer break, you still get paid. And plus, I got my CDL license, so I was down for that.
Yeah, you got everything.
Yeah, and that's how I was able to work where I work now, what I do now, because I already had my CDL license to work in the film industry.
I guess we can go back. I was gonna let you do your breakdown on everything you did. You kind of did it already though. But well, for people who don't know me, I have a sister named Nautica. She helped me start this show. People don't know when I first started this, but being raised by my mom, growing up, she used to do hair out of our garage.
Full
salon, turn out of the garage to a salon. I really want to ask you about that though. What was after you? Well, you can talk about what got you into hair, but what made you bring it into the house and then turn our home into a salon for the most part?
Well, when I bought the house, the garage, I was already a hairstylist at the time. I was pregnant with you when I bought the house. So I was like, if my baby gets sick, like, how am I going to go to work and leave him at home? So I literally turned it into a salon then. So when Nautica was born, I decided not to have 2 kids in daycare because you were in daycare. So I was like, when I went home for 2 weeks, I only took 2 weeks off once I gave birth to her. And I was like, I ain't going back. So I'm going to dedicate myself to actually working here at home in the salon instead of paying daycare for 2 kids. So she would stay home with me while you go on to daycare. And I've worked from home ever since. I never went back to the salon. And I think that was my 3rd salon that I had worked in when I was pregnant with Nautica. So I was like, I'm not going to go back. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom, do hair from home. All of my clients were ecstatic. They were like, oh, yeah. So we had like the little coffee bar. It was more personable. I didn't have to worry about people borrowing my products or paying booth rent every week. That $150 a week went right on my mortgage. It was easy. All I had to do was get you to daycare and then pick you up. It was easy. It was a win-win. Saving money, and spending more time with my family.
Okay, and then we went to I think you started doing the school bus when I was I want to say middle school.
I think you're probably about
Before I went to
Nautica
high
was
school.
6. You were 9, maybe like 9 or 10 when I
Yeah,
started doing the school bus. So I did
middle
both of
school.
those
Yeah.
at the same time for 14 years.
How was that though? Getting your CDLs and being around other kids and driving, taking
Oh,
them
I
home
love
every
the
day.
kids. They cried when I quit. I love the kids. You know, I was able to mentor my students, and buy gifts for those that were in need. You know, knock on their door and something to them that the kids may have. You know, at first I thought the parents were going to get offended, but they were thankful. You know, I took kids to Bible study, church, different conferences for kids they had at church. I would invite some of my students. Um, that's how I met Jamie, the personal trainer, because he was going in and out of the school talking to the teachers about working out. So I asked him to be my trainer for my league. Um, I mean, I loved it, and you know, to acquire my CDL license for free.
Uh,
That's something I could always get a job with in any state.
I don't know why I thought you got CDLs before you. Well, the schools pay for you to go to
Yeah,
school.
yeah. The once you
Yeah.
apply for the school bus, they take you through the training and everything.
You also got 2 kids who, well, I play sports and now I can play volleyball.
Mhm.
Just talk about raising 2 kids growing up in Atlanta. How was that being a single mom, and for other people that's watching that single moms, like
Mm,
what you think the difference is now and then now?
oh, now these children off the chain
Yeah.
because they technology is a babysitter,
Mm.
which is like the wrong thing to do. But you can't get in people's business. But I would never let a we just finished talking about it, but I would never let a phone or an iPad dictate your daily activity.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, like you know, I used to switch, baby.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Don't use a belt; it only make them tougher."
Mm.
But a switch would get y'all attention. You know, I used to pull over to the gas station where it had the best little switch tree over there and get me about 10 of them. So when one break, I just pull out the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a lot of little beat downs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you was not going to be in the system, okay? You was not going to be in the system. I demanded respect. So.
Yeah, you got it too.
Yeah.
Um,
And I had to make sure that, you know, I'm divorced. You know, I did marry you guys' dad or whatever, and we divorced. But by me raising you in Nautica, I had to make sure that he wasn't going to be able to step back to me and point out, you ain't do this and you ain't do that, and why my son like this, and he wasn't going to be able to throw me under the bus. So whether he tell me I did a good job or not, I know I did a good job.
you did a great job.
Mm-hmm. I ain't play the radio. My parents didn't play the radio. It worked for me. My grandparents didn't play the radio. It worked for my mom and her 11 siblings. And I wasn't going to play the radio with y'all. So hopefully y'all will pass it on down. Don't play the radio with your children.
Yeah.
When you have some.
Well, I know it's things are changing, so I know like how you raised us is different between how like
You just
people
gotta
are raised now.
Things have changed, but you don't have to change. You still have to have boundaries. You know, don't cross that line.
Yeah.
You know, we still have boundaries. You know, we got God. He done drew a lot of lines for us not to cross. We cross them, but when we come to our senses, we step right on back over. You know what I'm saying? But just don't have any lay the law. Mean what you say what you mean. Don't change your mind. No, don't let up. If the punishment gonna be the punishment, let it be the punishment. Don't pay your children to clean up. They're supposed to do that anyway. Don't pay them to go to school and do their schoolwork. They're supposed to do. And then tell them at a young age, don't talk about graduating high school. Talk about when you finish college or when you finish trade school. Talk about that. Then they have a goal that you set for them that they have to, military, whatever the case may be. But I think you should go higher than just high school. Don't let high school be your last stop. I think you should take it a little higher because you're not only just learning, you're getting to know people outside of your high school people. You're meeting a whole nother group of people from different places with different journeys and different stories. You're spreading your wings, learning other things other than just your neighborhood.
Mm. I agree
And
with
that's
that.
part of your growth. You learn things from me. You learn things from your grandmother. You learn things from your peers.
I want to go back to how you got into the film industry. That's why I'm gonna do that.
So one of my coaches. That's why everything is a stepping stone. Because if I had not had the kickball league, I would not have had this coach. And this coach left the kickball league in order to work. And he wouldn't have came back and was like, "Hey, you have your CDL license?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We need people to work in the film industry. There's a department called the transportation department, and we need people to drive." And I was like, "Okay, like, what do I need to do?" And then he was like, "To pay your dues, I think it was like $500 or whatever to join the union." So of course I'm like, I'm gonna get $500.
It was 500.
It was 500 back then.
That's good. Well, it was 750 for me though. Now it's 1500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no military discount. But so I was like tossing and turning, like, how am I gonna? Because you know what you pray for, you know where you want to go. So when the answer comes, do you react to the answer or do you turn the answer away? So I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting, 500 loose dollars, like that I don't need to put toward a bill or whatever. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take my mortgage, take the money out of my mortgage, pay the money. I'm not the only person in subdivision behind on their mortgage, but at least I'm behind because I'm betting on me. I'm not behind because I went out and bought Gucci boots or red bottoms or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So I bet on myself. And eventually I caught up on my mortgage. I probably was late. But a year later, I got a phone call like, it was like, okay, so they're going to call you and tell you where to come tomorrow. Okay, so answer your phone. So I'm driving the school bus and the phone rings. I'm told the kids like, hey, I have an emergency. I have to answer the phone because you have to explain because they'll go home and tell their parents. My driver was on the phone while she was driving us or whatever. So I pulled the bus over, took the phone call. They were like, can you start tomorrow? I need you 6 o'clock at Stone Mountain Park. And I was like, sure. So I called my supervisor when I got to the park and told her I'm not coming to drive to school. And she was like, what? I was like, I'm off. I need to be off today. He was like, well, can you come to second half? No, can't come to second half. I didn't tell her what I was doing because I was just going to work all 3 jobs
at the same time.
I ain't scared of making money. Okay?
Right.
You got to do what you got to do. So I picked up my van from Fulton Industrial, drove to Stone Mountain Park in my district where I drive the school bus. I hope the Lord don't let nobody see me right. driving this van or whatever. Yeah. So I go, when I get there, I call her at 6. I won't be in. Whoop, whoop. She's like, cool, whatever. I worked a full day. And I think they used me 2 days. So I called in twice. And when I saw what I got paid, opposed to driving the school, I'm like, what? Are you serious right now? But I had already been praying, like, okay, God, I'm tired. I love the school bus, but why do I really have my CDLs? Where are you going to take me with these CDLs? Like, what was the purpose of me getting the CDLs? I know it's just not for this school bus. It has to be something else. Enlarge my territory, bless me indeed. And that was it. And then when they were like, hey, we need you for 3 weeks straight. And I was in shock. Like, wait, hold up. You mean I got to quit my job to work for y'all for 3 weeks? Is this going to be consistent? They're like, we can't really say it's going to be consistent. We need you. So I was like, everybody was like, come on, Kassandra, go home, quit your job, work with us. Please work with us. And then I go to kickball practice. And then I'm running from first to second. And my coach is like, hey, Make up your mind. You gonna be on first base, you gonna be on second base. You gotta make a choice. I'm like, okay, God, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my close friends, Carlos Smith, he died, had a heart attack on his job. We were like laughing buddies in high school, just somebody that just cracking each other up, and we were still friends after high school. So when he died on his job, I was like, life is short. I'm gonna have to make a choice, and I made my choice. Sent in my resignation. Told my clients, look, I ain't gonna be able to do hair, y'all, but here and there, because I'm about to start a new job. I can do you on Saturday. Started my new job, and I've been there 11 years.
You know, me and you, we always get questions about what it's like being in Fairmary Street, like what's the good, what's the bad. We kind of talked about it brief at the beginning, but in your opinion, you know, before I even go there, I'm gonna tell another quick story before I go to that point. But piggyback on what you were saying, you give me your POV. When you came to my room and you already told me for like months to get in the film industry before I got in. But what was it? What made you put the check stub at the edge of the bed though? Before
My check stub.
yeah.
So you can see that things are possible.
I know why, but I'm saying like just the point. For you to have to go to that distance to put it on my bed, like you was trying to make a point, but just tell me your point of view on what you saw, what I could do, and
yeah, because
even within the family, what you saw opening up.
I was going to work and I was seeing these young guys like working. They weren't working in the transportation department, but they were like working in craft services. They were working in grip, electric. And I was like, my son could do this. Because when you graduated college.
What? You can say it.
You was just sleeping all day. I'm like, I know y'all had class at 8 o'clock p.m., but we not at this house.
Oh, yeah.
We not getting, you was just like so, like, laxy-daisy. Like, no. It's time. It's time to get up and get going. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then you applied for this job that was way below you. Well, I'm not gonna name the name of the place, but
I mean, you can say what it is.
No, and then you came back. Oh my, I want to be a manager at the Waffle House. No, you don't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, they make $40,000 a year. No.
Yeah.
First of all, fights breaking out in there every night, and you got to break them up, put people out. That ain't even your personality.
Yeah.
Second of all, if the cook don't come in, you got to get back there and get on that grill. Third of all, they're going to give you the midnight, late night shift. New people coming in, you ain't getting ready to work the good shift. You're getting ready to work at the bottom. So I'm like, no, that's not you. So if I could help you get an idea of doing something that's different, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. So that's when I asked the kids at work, like, how did y'all get on? They was like, oh, Kassandra Reed has a program at Atlanta Workforce, I think it is. And you can do an internship, in the film industry. Call this lady, and they gave me all the information. So that's when I came home, was like, hey, you got 10 minutes to meet me downstairs with some slacks on, a shirt and a tie. I'm taking you somewhere. You asked me all the way down the highway, well, where we going? Where I'm going? Don't worry about that. I'm taking charge because you couldn't take charge of your own life, so let me do what I do. So we went to the downtown Atlanta, to the Atlanta Workforce. Mm-hmm. I told them, I said, go in and tell them you want to work in the film industry. You come back out, Mom, you got to be a resident of Atlanta. I said, if you don't get back in there, your grandmother is a resident. We can switch your residence. You ain't paying no bills over here. We can switch your residence. So you went in, came back out. Yeah, I started in a couple of days. And they were paying $17 an hour for 13 weeks. Yeah. Hey, we can do that.
We can do that. No, yeah, so to give y'all a quick from my POV, so I ended up she put the check stub in my bed. I woke up, I saw the check stub. The check stub was like 4 times what I was making I was working at Sam's Club at the time, y'all. She didn't want to say it, I'm saying it right. I was working at Sam's Club at the time.
It was more than 4 times it.
I think Sam's Club was paying me, I think like $12.50 $12.50 an hour, I think, something like that. And then like the internship that I had ended up going was $17 an hour. And so I was just like, hey, it's a 12-week program
For 8 hours a day.
for 8 hours a day.
And what did I tell
see
you after
what-
your 8 hours? What did I say?
What after the 8 hours? What I forgot.
Stay.
Oh, stay for longer. Yeah, but
Stay until we wrap.
they want to let us though. But yeah, stay
Couple
longer.
days
Well,
you
I
stay.
kept on my stay. I had some cool people I worked for that was
Because you
cool
need
enough
to
for
learn
us
what
to-
it's like to
that was a liability though. That's
go
what they didn't
all
want
the
me to
way
stay.
through and to wrap, to see how many hours you're gonna be on your feet.
Yeah. Because a normal people who work in the film industry, a full day is really like 14 hours minimum. So that was kind of something I had to get used to, working the long hours. I was cool working long hours because you're getting paid a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have many kids or anything like that, so I was cool with it. But yeah, so I ended up doing the 12 weeks. In them 12 weeks, I probably worked on maybe like 5 shows out of them 12 weeks. I was doing grip and electrical. I was one show I may do electrical, one show I may do grip. And so then I was able to, through them 12 weeks, I just pretty much got everybody contacts. Anybody I work with or work for, I got all of their contacts. By the end of that 12 weeks, I had already told myself, shoot, by the end of 12 weeks, I could always go back to Sam's Club if it don't work out. But do that. And then,
But it was gonna work out.
Yeah, it was gonna work out. Yeah. So, but even before I did the 12 weeks, so like before I even started 12 weeks, I think my first set I ever came on it with you was with when you was doing Atlanta on FX. And
you also was on the one with John, the guy, the actor.
John who? What? Not John Witherspoon.
John Hickey. You know, he was.
What show it was?
I can't remember the name of the movie.
My very first I remember was Atlanta when I think somebody else walked me through set, and you wanted me to see like how like people worked on set, like the stuff that was going on. That was Atlanta. And then I know the first job I got picked up on, like that was my first time being introduced to like coming to work, because it ain't, the film industry ain't like a job where like you go in, you do an interview, you get hired, they call you. It's like, can you work tomorrow? Can you work today?
Right.
Like, can you work in the next few hours? So I think I forgot the one with Joe.
That's the one I'm talking about. John Hickey was the guy that I had to pick up every day, the actor.
Okay.
The one that was kind of talking about
so,
how Sweet Lady Kickers could be a TV show or whatever.
So I think I came to your set one day randomly. I had already went, this after Atlanta. I went to go see you when you was working on Atlanta FX. And then I had to drop something off to you, and I met a guy named Joe who was like a key grip, and he asked me, well, I guess you already told him that I was trying to get on, but he hired me right then and there.
Right.
So I was able to go on set like right then and there and be able to work. And then I think like that one day turned into like 3 or 4 days. And shoot, a lot of times I got picked up on shows. They'll ask me to come work one day, and one day I turned into 3 months. 3 months it turned to 6 months or 9 months, depending on, you know what I'm saying? So
if you're a good worker.
Yeah. But going back to what I was saying, like, give some people some, because you've been in the industry longer than me. We can talk about the good stuff as far as the film industry. What's some of the good things that people don't know about the film industry, like the perks and stuff that we get that you kind of seen over the years? When it comes to like working on set, being able to work on set,
eating free.
Yeah, definitely that.
We get 2 fully catered meals.
Yeah,
that are very good. So you don't have to buy groceries at home.
Yeah,
because you can take a plate home or whatever. You can just eat out on Saturday and Sunday, but you don't have to buy groceries because you eat great on set. I think they feed us like 4 times a day, 5 now. It's in our contract to get a 3rd meal for us, for drivers.
For drivers, yeah.
But and the snack in between is not really a snack. It's like might be salmon on top of a salad or shrimp on top of salad. All kind of chips and cookies and sodas and juices and water. You know, that's like just for you to just walk up and get.
Yeah. I want to, as you explain the good stuff, I kind of want to get like the rules to it though. Like, so people who don't know, who in the film industry, who are not in the film industry, we're unionized, so it's in our contracts. Like, we have to get fed. Well, she said 5 for me, for us, it's 2 full meals.
2 full meals and 2
And then
snacks.
we get 2 snacks. So
And it's 2 full
every
meals
3
plus
hours
some
we
3
get
snacks.
every 3 hours we get a snack. Every 6 hours we get a meal.
Mm-hmm.
So you come in, we get catered breakfast. When you first walk in, they got the catering out there. You get breakfast. You go to work. After you go to work, with 3 hours into work, you get a snack. A snack may be anything from a grilled cheese sandwich to tomato soup to spaghetti to anything like salad, shrimps. Like it really depends on. Yeah, it could be could be a chicken sandwich, Subway sandwich, anything from that.
Jamaican food.
It could be whatever. It really just comes down to like how good it is your whoever running the craft services. Like what's their budget and you know how good of a cook they are.
And with good meals, they can come up with ideas.
Yeah, ideas. Yeah, and then on that 6 hour mark is lunch for everybody. So we go back. Same people who was cooking breakfast, they prepping for lunch.
Catering service.
Yeah, and then we do get another meal 3 hours after that, another snack, and then the 3 hours after that we should be wrapping. We supposed to be wrapping. If we ain't wrapping, then they'll pay us meal. We
get another meal.
Drivers get another meal. But everybody who's on set for the most part they get two full meals, 2 snacks, and that's every single day that you work. So yeah, what else we got? Other things. I mean, I know. I mean, you know, we get it's food truck. It's not. We gonna stay with the food. Food trucks come. We probably get a food truck. Maybe
might get a coffee truck.
We probably get about 2 or 3 food trucks a month.
Cakes and cookie trucks, different things. King of Pops.
Yeah, King of Pops.
Different things like little snacks. Just like a thank you from the producer or
it's either
the writers or the showrunner or
too.
From the actors. They're like, thank you. We send in a food truck, you know, for a nice little snack. Might be a pizza truck that make pizza. Might be Slutty Vegan.
Or like we do a lot of coffee trucks when we have overnights.
Yeah,
they'll start the night off with a coffee truck.
Yeah.
Honestly,
because sometimes we can go into work at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So we'll be getting out the next day like 7, 8, 9 in the morning.
Yeah, that's another thing too. We can go into that too. Like the scheduling is like it's not like your regular going to work at 7 and be off at 7. Like
you don't have set hours.
It's no set hours. Like
no 9 to 5.
The only thing that would happen, the only thing that would happen like continuously is that as you get later in the week, your time gets later. So if we start on a Monday, let's say Monday it might be at 7 a.m. Monday.
7 a.m.
start time.
But that means that everybody else got to be to work at 4, 4:30, 5 o'clock in order to start shooting at 7.
Yeah. And then it gets later and later. So like Tuesday may be a 9 a.m. call. Wednesday may be a noon call. Thursday it'll be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Friday it might be, like she said, 3 or 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever, p.m. And then you got to think about, like I said, 12 to 14 hours minimum. So wherever you start, that you probably gonna be rapping 12 hours after that.
Yeah.
So
and that is minimum for you guys.
That's just for my people in my department.
We work 17 hours
a day.
We only get 8 hours to go home, take a bath, go to sleep, get up, take a bath, and we only get an 8-hour window to be back at work.
Yeah. She's in the driving department, so they got to be the first one there, last one to leave every day.
First one there, last one to leave.
Every single day. And then what I would do on set, the on-set work would be in the middle of that. So they'll come in, they got to be there 3 hours before. We might have to be there. We might only get like a 30-minute pre-call, and then we start shooting within the next 30 minutes. And then, you know, so like on average, like she said, she probably had 78 hours in a week as a driver. I would probably have like a 70-hour week, 60, it may be like 65 to 70 hours for that week. And that's a normal week for if you're working on a production, a real movie or TV show. That's like every day. Another perk, we do get meal penalties, so like that's something that adds up on your check at the end of the week.
Explain what a meal penalty is.
A meal penalty is, so like we said earlier, at the 6-hour mark, we have to go to lunch. We're supposed to go to lunch. But there's times where we'll be on set where the shot is still getting made. Like they still dressing the set. Or we're waiting on the actress who's still getting their hair done, and we wait on them to get to set while, you know what I'm saying, all of that happens. So a meal penalty is like every 30 minutes. It's delay. So after the first 30 minutes, it's like $7 or something like that, something around there. And then like every like 15 minutes, every 15 minutes after that, we get like another like $7 to $8 or something like that. But it adds up at the end of the week. Let's say you do for a week, that's what, 5 days. You might have 3 meal penalties in that week. That's $30 right there added to whatever you was gonna get to. You know what I'm saying? And then depending on the show, sometimes you may have 3 meal penalties. Sometimes you might have 4 or 5 in one day. Like it's times where we have like lightning delays. Like that lightning delays is when like you
they measure the lightning, how close it is to
how close
the
it is to set. And if it get within like a 10-mile radius, we have to shut the set down.
Everything down.
But that still goes again. We still on the clock. So it's like if they delay, we still getting paid. But if we ain't went to the lunch within that 6-hour period, that's more money. So it's like it's kind of like it helps us and hurt us because sometimes we be in that rain delay for about 3-4 hours, and then you still it's really it's cool for us because we are the workers, but for the people who are the producers or the people who
it's irritating.
It's irritating because they only can be at this certain spot for a certain amount of time. We got to get this shot, or it's going to call for reshoots where you got to add an extra week to the set or add a month to the set. And that's more money coming out of people's pockets. So that's the only thing about it though. So it's a blessing for us, but it kind of hurt them in the long run.
And I think they do kind of put in, like how in high school or elementary school, you have to put in days for snow days.
Yeah.
I think they probably put in a few days, maybe 1 or 2 days, in case they got to do a reshoot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's why the budget to do the production is so big, because so many people got to get paid. You got to get permits to shut the streets down, and you got to rent the people's house to use their front porch, or you got to use the streets downtown. You got to rent the skating ring out because it's a skating ring scene. You got to pay the church to use their parking lot to set up the trailers in the. So many people. That's why we need the film industry to come back. That's why I need everybody to pray, because so many people, even the police officers, get paid like $45 to $65 an hour because we need them to police the area where we're shooting, or where the base camp is. The base camp is where the trailers or whatever. So everybody, it has brought so much money to Atlanta.
Yeah. It's a lot of jobs, man. A lot of people. For one movie, it may be about 300, 400 people working behind the camera.
Yeah, you got extras, and extras have turned that into a career. Like 2 days, they might be over here on the Residence. And 2 days, they might be over here on P Valley. Then 2 days, they might go over there on Will Trent or Black Lightning, or they move around and they put all those days together and build them a paycheck. It's great for teachers that are out in the summer. It's great for the elderly that are getting like government, like Social Security or whatever. It's a way to add money to your budget.
And it's a lot of different departments. That you can choose from, that you can kind of like. And I'm just talking for people
even
who
greens.
For people who are interested.
I don't even know anybody in greens, but I usually see people working greens. And greens is the people that they kind of like raise trees and flowers, and then when they're needed to do an outdoor scene, if it's the fall, but it's a summer scene, then they got to replace all the trees outside with some greenery so it look like it's summertime. They got to spray the grass to make it green. They do a lot of work.
In your opinion, what you think the difference is between doing a movie and doing a TV series?
I don't know. Movies may be a little shorter.
Yeah.
Unless it's a pilot.
Yeah.
A pilot.
So most movies are like, it depends on the budget. It depends on what the movie is.
Months.
It could be from 3 months, or if it's like
3 weeks.
It could be 3 weeks. Yeah, Tyler Perry. Or a week, Tyler Perry.
Yeah. But shout out
Tyler Perry though, for real.
Because you know what? He keeping everybody working.
Yeah, for sure.
Not only us, but the actors. A lot of actors we wouldn't know who they were if it wasn't for Tyler Perry. Because a lot of people are not going to get those people any opportunity.
For sure.
And once they're on Tyler Perry, then they
can do other stuff.
They branch out to other things. But Tyler Perry gives everybody a star, or he gives them a good shot.
Yeah. So it really just depends on budget, because For prime example, like a movie like Fast and the Furious, who was made in Atlanta, or Bad Boys 3 that's made in Atlanta, those movies be like 9 months.
Yeah.
Those are like but that's the longest you'll ever see a
Yeah.
TV show be like 9 months. But majority of the time it'll be a TV series. If it's an episodic and they got
How long was it Coming to America?
maybe 4 months.
Yeah.
But there's no action in there though. Like if it's like an action, it's like when they gotta get stunts.
A lot of
If it's like that, it's gonna be like special effects. It's gonna be like 9 months. Something like Coming to America was probably like 4 months, and they probably in that same location at Rick Ross' house, and then maybe do some do some stage work for reshoots. I think they end up doing some research on there as well.
And Wakanda, what is it?
Black Panther, anything that's like Black Panther, Marvel related, 9 months, 9 to 12 months, and then with them is they'll film 2 movies back to back. Like I know when they did like Avengers, like what's the one before Endgame? It's Endgame, and it's what's the one right before that? Avengers, you know. Endgame is the set. They picked 2 of them. I think they filmed both of them at the same time. But that's like a 12-month. That's like a year-round like show. So yeah, it just really depends on the budget, though. Honestly, though, when it comes to how long shows be. I'm trying to think about some other perks that, as far as like film industry wise, before we move on. I think overall, I think that the film industry is fun. I like it because it's different.
It's a great experience.
It's a great experience. I enjoy like working with actors that I grew up watching on TV, seeing them in person, seeing how they really are. People that it's crazy. Like it's crazy the people that I've seen in person that you would never think that you would see in person like ever in life. So I think that's one of the cool things about it. I don't know. It's just cool to say that you work on a movie set. It's different. For it's not as I didn't have to go to school for it. I mean, obviously, on your end, you had to get your CDLs.
And that was a blessing that you were able to learn those skills.
Yeah.
On the job training. That's what it is.
Yeah, on the job.
It's on the job training, and you can say what you've done. You can think about the things that you've done, like that you never would have thought. That you didn't study in college. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, college still was great for you because you came back with new friendships. You got a nice little HBCU to visit during your homecoming. That's what I miss. Yeah. Me and my friends be like, man, we should have went to college.
Listen, get the experience.
So we can experience it. I be kind of jelly when I see everybody going to their homecoming. And I'm like, dang, they don't have that for cosmetology school. Yeah, college was good. Yeah. I think I used to learn how to be independent. Learn how to be independent. You meet the people that you meet, the relationships that you stem from it. I was able to play basketball in college, so just to be able to do that was dope. And let's talk about that, Nigel. Let me ask you.
Okay, what's up?
Like when you had to have your physical, when you did your sports physical to get on, because you actually went to college 1 year. Mm-hmm. But you didn't play your first year.
Nope.
So
my second year,
when they told you that you made the team the second year and you had to go and get your physical. Yeah. Tell us about that.
So actually no. Actually, I tried out for the team my freshman year, even though I knew I wasn't going to be able to play, but I tried out to kind of like just put myself out there as far as for the following year. So I ended up earning that scholarship my sophomore year, my freshman year. I just knew I had to sit out my freshman year. But man, I finally found out I made the team, and every year I was getting physicals. Going to the hospital though, I was getting them like every summer. Like when you play sports in high school, the doctor come to your school and get a whole team of physical, and it don't really be as in depth as if you was to go to a hospital. Right. Or for that matter. So I ended up going to get a physical at the hospital.
From my doctor.
From her doctor. And then they found out that
you had to come all the way back to Atlanta because I wasn't playing. You need a real physical.
Yeah, real doctor. So I came back home to Atlanta after finding out I made the basketball team. Got a physical and found out that I had a heart murmur. For people who don't know what a heart murmur is, it's pretty much like a small hole. And it's that plus My valves is like when you the valves are supposed to be making sure that the blood is flowing properly within your heart. And I think I had them like messed up. They was crossed
They
or
was
something like that, so a
crossed.
point where it wasn't circulating properly.
And you were born like that.
And I was born like that.
And we didn't know it.
Yeah, we didn't know it. So I played all high school basketball. I played sports all the way growing up. Played high school, all of that. Didn't know I had nothing about it.
But
and so
your breathing wasn't good. And you thought it was normal.
So I thought it was normal. So it's like when you know how people is when they snoring, but they up. That's how it was. Like you could hear me breathing, but I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? But so I had to find out I had to get surgery with my it was either have surgery or quit basketball. Pretty much that's what it came down to.
But you had to have open heart surgery.
So I had an open heart surgery. So I had open heart surgery. I probably lost about 60 pounds. I just remember coming home, my pants didn't fit no more. I had to come home from the hospital. So I spent 2 weeks in the hospital. I was really supposed to be 3, but for her, yeah. When you talk about that, how you felt? I mean, your child going in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
When I got the phone call and they were like, "Ma'am, we need to do surgery on your son's heart tomorrow." I was like, and it's just so crazy that how the devil worked. Like Nigel has like one of the sweetest, kindest hearts in the world, and then that's what you're gonna attack. You're attacking his heart.
Mm.
So I got on my knees, said my little prayer, and let you know. First, I called your basketball coach, Coach White, told him you gotta have surgery. I called. I told Coach White, and he told Bishop Long, and the other guys that were pastors on the staff or whatever. Coach Moman and what's the guy name? Who the California?
Coach Hughes.
Coach Hughes. Yeah, and so they were like, "We got you, Mom. We got you." So I was like, "Okay." So
yeah, so I had the surgery. I was out. I think I was at home for 2 weeks, and I went back to school. I had no choice but to go back to school because it was either that or I was gonna fail that semester, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to play basketball after that. So I ended up going back to school like a week early. I didn't play that. I played second half of the season. I had to sit out the first half, get my conditioning back right, start back training. I still wasn't 100% back until like the following year.
and then when the doctor asked you if you had any questions before he take you back into surgery,
I don't remember what I said though.
you asked him if he could put your tattoo back together. That's
yeah. So I had I had a chest tattoo. Yeah, I had to make But yeah, so I ended up getting another tattoo on top of it just to, but yeah, so that was one of the, I forgot I asked that though, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something different, man. I can't, as soon as I went back to school, it was homecoming that week. I remember that like yesterday, it was homecoming. And then like, it was weird because if 2 weeks from school feel like a whole semester, really, when you gotta go back. So that adjustment, being able to walk to class, I was getting tired walking back to class. I had to sit down for a second. Make sure I left an hour early so I can make sure I get there on time. This is an adjustment, but I was able. Fast forward, I was able to still be able to play 4 full seasons after that. Able to make all conference my senior year, so it was a good experience. Overall, Fort Valley was a good experience, and all just college in general was a good experience. I'm going back to homecoming this year. For our coach, our basketball coach died this year, so we're gonna all go back. Yep, he was murdered, shot. Yep. So that was a big thing. So I'm definitely going back to Fort Valley. Probably, I really want to go back down for our basketball homecoming, but I know for a fact I'll be going down for football homecoming for sure. In a couple weeks. But yeah, overall college was dope, man. I really appreciate everything that came from that. And I'm still friends with a lot of people that I went to school with to this day. So I think overall that was good for me. You got a hot spot you want to shout out?
I'm gonna shout out Silk too. Okay, it's a little hole in the wall. We used to go there after kickball, have drinks, eat some good soul food, some turkey ribs, catfish, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, one of those big baked potatoes with shrimp, anything you want to put or load into your baked potato. I like silk too. Shout out to Otis Hayden, Barry Hayden. That's one of my spots.
Um,
And Lily. Lily is the best bartender in Decatur. So go
she-
in and ask for Lily.
she at Silk right now.
She is silk right now.
Okay. Shout out to Silk, man. No, you know what? I think I talked about it before. Playa Bowl. I think everybody know what Playa Bowl is, but if you haven't, if you went to Acai Bowls, make sure you check out Playa Bowls. They got multiple locations. Check them out. They got one on Edgewood. That's the one by the Beltline. I like that a lot.
I like Nouveau too. The one near Terra Boulevard. They got the best lamb chops and the best shrimp and grits.
Say it again.
Nouveau.
Nouveau. We're gonna put that in the description too. Nouveau. Definitely check that out. Where is that located?
They have one in East Point, and they have one that's near Terra Boulevard.
Okay. We're gonna make sure you check out Nouveau on there. Okay, we can end it here, man. I listen, y'all. I want to thank y'all for y'all watching the best show in Atlanta. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all for watching, man. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
You ain't asked me how old I was. I ain't sharing mine.
Everything I did ask.
You need to ask right here. Like, so Mom, how old are you? Are you single?
They gonna be looking for mom, dude.
Yes.
They gonna be the comments.
You need to have that. All that need to be on here.
Yeah, I need one for the.
Put you out there.
Let me see if you got already.
Get on your own. Get on your own. Hey,